here? Nope. Might be over here too. One thing I'm not the best at. I'll just admit it. I mean, I try, but I'm not real good, as I suspect most people are, with always returning my tool to its proper home. I mean, in general, I know where things are. Like, it was in there where I thought it was the first time. But, kind of buried, so. On this, what you got to do is kind of keep the wheel from turning. There's a I had it right. There's a nut on the back side as well that you have to hold. And I can never remember which one it is, so I always have to try a whole bunch of tools to figure it out. That doesn't seem to be it. There we go. So like most nuts and bolts, everything loosens typically to the left, counterclockwise. So you hear them say, you know, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Lots of different ways to try to remember that. But most of your tools are the same way. To tighten things, you turn it clockwise or to the right. To loosen it, you turn it to the left. Now there are exceptions to that. Harmonic balancer bolts. Differential pin holders sometimes are left. So if you're torquing on a bolt and you think it should come out, but it's not, it could be that it's reverse thread, they call it. But it's not very common to have a reverse thread. All right, so I took off my cutting wheel, I got grinder wheels. Yes, those are here. So put that on there. And so what this is it's just more of a brute. You can see how thick it is. And it's made for grinding, not so much cutting. Now, you always want to close your tool box drawer so you don't jam your shins and knees into it, you know. Kind of obvious, but I've done that on occasion. All right, so now I'm just going to and by grinding those spot welds, it'll allow the new metal to set on there right too. So, because once we get the new metal on there, then from underneath we're going to tack it, and that'll make this supported better too. So again, I mean, this work isn't really super hard. It's just time consuming and tedious. But what you want to do is take your time, don't rush it, and just get that bad metal out, get the rust cleaned it off, get it all smoothed out, and then we'll weld in a new piece of metal there. Mr. Grinder Man. Looking good, looking good. Should have a dust mask too, probably. Mm-hmm. All right, the last thing I need to do, okay, I should be able to do it. It hits that thing. How was I doing it before? Oh, this thing's loosened right up. Last piece off here, but God, because I don't want to cut the thing below it, right?
Drink break.
What's that, son?
Drink break.
All right.
Okay, we're filming now.
All right, so we got, we cut out all that nasty, rusty metal. We're going to have a little bit of work to do here where it's rusted as well. And this support, you know, it actually sits on the top of the frame here, and then there's a mount there. So it's not going anywhere, although this was loose, got loose through time. So we're going to wind up, we'll re-weld this back to the frame. We're going to stiffen this up, and we'll get this solid before we put the finishing metal on. But for now, we're good. We're going to go have supper. We're going to have a Diet Pepsi break. You know, Diet Pepsi. You know, if you guys want to sponsor me. I've drank it my whole life. I ain't jiving. My whole life I've been drinking Diet Pepsi. Love the Diet Pepsi. But yeah, so you just got to take your time, but it's got to come out of there. And so next episode we'll show you how we're going to fix this, strengthen this. And then we'll put the new rest of the floor pan in there, and then that'll strengthen this whole area. And all the rest of it we've looked is good, so we don't have any rust spots anywhere else for whatever reason. Probably because of this gas tank being here, Moisture, it looks like, got up in between these joints and then rusted and separated this area. So we'll get that all resealed up, re-welded up and strengthened. We'll make it stronger than it was before, and it'll last more than 50 years. So more to come on this one, but we're calling this episode The Grind, I guess, because we did a lot of grinding. Time for a shower. Hello friends, back in the garage here with Alex. One of the last things we're going to do on the rear of this car is inspect the rear brakes. And so to do that, I've already had all the tires off. We got